field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And that lands in the end zone, so the opening drive will begin at the 25. Throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 24-yard line.
I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him learn, can't relate. Watch him stir at the mud, at the dirt.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive.
Intended for number,
but instead, 3rd down.
Complete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. We got alert.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Pat O'Donnell.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it. But that one was incomplete.
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10.
Don't stop that motor.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
From the gun is Eason. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd down at the 49-yard line.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And some room to maneuver. 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead.
For the extra point.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
1st and 10. at their own 21-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
58, come on. 58, come on.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Trubisky to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
Tackled by
Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Second and 8. Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
5 yards remain on second down.
Let's go one more. Hey, watch it.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Smith on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Indianapolis.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yards he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
And there's a familiar sight, Khalil Mack putting a quarterback down in the backfield for another sack. I know he only had 8.5 sacks in 2019, so a lot of people wrote that off as, hey, what's going on with Khalil Mack? You do realize he's getting doubled and tripled on just about every snap, but that was the first time since his rookie year of 2014 that he finished the season with less than 10 sacks.
And that is incomplete.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
Here comes Cohen. A very nice bunt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bears take over.
29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
Taken down back at
If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
Demetrius Harris, the intended target, and it's third down.
Harris, incomplete. It's now 3rd and 19.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete.
Incomplete on the jump ball. Sets up 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. These two teams all tied after 1.
7.
They go play action with Eason. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Complete to
a good pickup there at 22.
22 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
The ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On the handoff, Taylor. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears 17. And obviously they want that run yardage, so they decline the penalty.
No doubt about it. Smart on their part. They finished off the play. But if you're going to jump, if you're going to commit a penalty, it's your job to finish off the play so you don't give up big gains like that.
Now it's Hines. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
15-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 3rd down, Eason dancing to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the rookie, Jalen Johnson. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On third down, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. Taking on the midfield logo. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Hines. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Eason. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Eason. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
A gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Eason. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
45, 45, 45 is Mike, 45. I'm here all day. Hey, check Mike 45, check Mike 45. So we got alert.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Trubisky, and he fires one incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
By the Colts.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
On 1st down, Jacob Eason. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, Eason. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Back to Taylor on first down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Eason on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Jalen Johnson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The 2nd down pass. Intercepted. Sets up a 1st down and goal.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. $13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Lock in. Let's go. 58, boys. 58. 58. Mike. Hey. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Throwing here, Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd down and 13.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Hey, 18. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Demetrius Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have retaken the lead. And that makes it 14-10.
Good. Makes the score Bears 14, Colts 10. Eddie Pinheiro.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Eason. He completes this one to Mack. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Operating from the gun, Eason. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A gain of
that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st down, Taylor. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
I know that on draft day, Jonathan Taylor was disappointed he didn't go in the 1st round, but when he heard his name called in the 2nd round by the Indianapolis Colts, he had to be jumping up and down with excitement because of their big, strong, physical offensive line. And you put that with his downhill running style, and you've got a perfect combination, the perfect storm for a young guy coming into the league. 225 pounds, sub 4.4 at the combine. He's going to get plenty of opportunities to be a battering ram.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 35. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains, didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
The give to Taylor. And a short gain down to about the 33. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down.
The gun, Eason. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Trubisky will throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cordero Patterson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Bears 21, Colts 10. Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Taylor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Eddie Goldman on the tackle, a huge man, hard to move out of the way. He's in his 6th year with the Bears out of Florida State.
6-yard line.
Second down, here's Eason. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Here's Eason off the play fake. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. This is a quick pass from Trubisky, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 35. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Here's David Montgomery, second-year man from Iowa State. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
At the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the twist.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And this is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Mike, 58, right there. Watch QB drop. 58, boys, 58.
Now it's Trubisky. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
Brought down.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So after the sack, here's second and 14. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
At the 1-yard line.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's Smith to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 27. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They'll throw on first down with Eason. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 48. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown.
2-point conversion.
Now Trubisky, they're going to throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Bears 33. Colts 18. Eddie Pinheiro the kickoff for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
Hey, check back 21, check back 21.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
Kickoff for Chicago.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here's Smith to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Fremont Smith on the return. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down right.
Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
On the
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And, you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
That's it. Big hit.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on 3rd down. Eason. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun is Eason. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Running left, Taylor. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
16 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Taylor. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
On the handoff, it's Mack. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. And what everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, it's Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Score Bears 39, Colts 18.
Number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now